Okay, people, welcome back to another Fwoosh Quickie. As always, I am Robo. I can't be your toy wife, but I can be your toy mistress. Now, I know I just did the weekly yesterday, but as I was actually finishing editing and starting to upload on my shitty internet that takes an hour, it was too late. Once it goes to upload, it's gone. It has to go. But as I was doing that, someone sent me a picture of Star Wars Black Series figure carded that we hadn't seen since, well, we've seen it. Anyway, it's newsworthy. But there's also more Hasbro news on the Marvel Legends side, which you gotta think those guys at this point are like, damn internet. Hell, we were in the Hasbro presentation at Toy Fair looking at pictures on Instagram of the Marvel Legends that they hadn't even revealed to us yet up on the big screen. They can't catch a break. Mark my words. Choke myself up. But let's very quickly talk about some Star Wars Black Series and some Marvel Legends. Now, before the actual Marvel Legends news, also today, people have been finding the Walmart exclusive Build-A-Figure. It's not a Build-Figure anymore, it comes all in the same package, but Thanos. It first popped up in Tennessee, which is right next door to me, but my run this morning consisted of Walgreens looking for Fantastic Four. If I had known about this, I would have hit Walmart's, and now I'm flooded in, so not happening. But I'm really liking this more than the old Build-A-Figure. I like the brighter colors, I like the mean mug, it's just different, I like the Infinity Gauntlet, I like the $20 that it costs. That's insane for a Build-A-Figure. But the big news is this other picture floating around the internet, and that would be the 2-pack of Everett Ross and Killmonger maskless without his helmet on. Now, we saw the promotional pictures, didn't actually see prototypes in the display, but seeing the actual figures now, I like them more than I thought. Then somebody posted on the forums about getting the Everett Ross, pairing him up with Doctor Strange, and having them do little adventures together. Brilliant. I'm gonna have to get one for that. And then I'm liking the extra gold on Killmonger. But most of all, if you look in the background in the package shot, you could see an extra pair of legs. Now, I haven't seen Black Panther yet, but even if Ross does change clothes at some point in the movie, I don't think that warrants extra legs or a different pair of legs to change onto his action figure. And if you look up in the corner, there is something that says Build-A-Figure, and most people think it says Stan Lee. I think it says Stan Lee, but the more I look at it, sometimes I look at it and it looks like different letters altogether, and sometimes I look at it and I think it says Stan Lee. So I can't be sure. Enhance. 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 Super Trooper joke. So I guess they're going to start putting Build-A-Figure pieces in the 2-packs, or at least this line of 2-packs. Now, if things hold up, there will be a Winter Soldier and Falcon 2-pack, and there will be a Tony Stark and Doctor Strange 2-pack, and that should have the rest of the pieces for Stan Lee. Or we're just going to get his legs and go from there? I don't know. On the Star Wars Black Series side of things, again, just randomness on the internet, we get boxed pictures of Solo Wave 1. And of course that contains Han Solo. We see the prototype of this, we've seen the pretty promotional shots. Seeing stuff in boxes makes me antsy. And ever since somebody suggested to use this body as a red hood, hell, you almost don't have to put paint on it. You have to change out the belt and such, just change out the head. I may need an extra one of these. Or if I'm not sold by Han in the movie, I'll just use this as fodder. Lando still looking like a suave motherfucker. We get a reissue of the Jawa. I kind of wish they had changed something, but it's just the same as the 40th Wave 2, just in a different package. And yeah, it works for army building, but give us a different weapon, or change the hood, or something. I don't know. We get Grand Moff Tarkin, and man, I've been waiting for this figure for so long. It was one of those figures that I thought, they're never gonna make them. He's a human, he's an officer. Yes, he's iconic, but really, I mean, even if we got him, he was going to look terrible. But no, here we go. 2018, we get a 6-inch Grand Moff Tarkin with nearly figure arts-like face, because he does have that photo reel. And Black Series articulation, which should be pretty good, but I'm not needing my Tarkin to do any kung fu fighting. I'm going to need 2 of these, maybe 3. One for the Empire shelf, one for the Rogue One baddie shelf. Hell, I may need one for the Rebel shelf, and then I'll need one to put into slippers. This is one of those Grail figures, so I'm going to splurge just a little bit. The Range Trooper, seeing it in the package now, we've seen the promotional pictures, we've seen the reveals. I was at Toy Fair taking pictures of the actual figure or prototype right there in front of me, and it wasn't until this picture that I realized the goggles are gold. That's how observant I am. But the more I've sat and thought about it, this character, this design in general, no matter what they give us on the screen, this is my kind of mountain man prospector Weasley guy that runs around on some snow planet stuck. He's been there for ages by himself, so he's a little bit crazy. He wears the armor to protect himself from the elements and wampas or whatever else may attack him out in the mountains. He's got a wampa fur coat that he killed that wampa because they were trying to attack him and it was killing his tauntaun herd. He's got the snow boots to get around. The helmet comes off and he's got one eye all... Han gets stuck on the planet and he has to stay with Gus. I'm calling this guy Gus now. He's Gus from the snow planet. They share a quiet moment at night by the fire, keeping warm, you know, from the snow, and Gus tells him about the time he had to gut a tauntaun and crawl inside and sleep there at night, keep himself warm until the morning. And Han goes, oh, I better file that away. That may be useful in the future. Star Wars! So nothing on screen will live up to what I already have in my head. And then finally, the big news, for me at least, is the Death Star Trooper. Now, they changed the name from the first release when it was on the 40th card. They had to call him the Death Squad Commander, was it? I probably should have looked at it before I walked in here. That's what the original name was back on the vintage card, so they used that on the 40th card. Now they're calling it the Death Star Trooper. But true to his word at Toy Fair, most of the humans are getting the photo real, and the Death Star Trooper is no exception. Fantastic. You just got me to buy another one. Or, well, at least one more. With the photo real, it'll stand out against the old one as, you know, a difference in quality, but it'll also change the look up enough that I could stand two of them together and they kind of look like different people. It'd be the same sculpt underneath the printing or paint. It's just, you know, this looks way better. Now, all of these should hit about April. Whatever event they're planning. I'm not even going to try to say a date, or because I get it wrong every time, or what they're calling that day. Whatever. We should see these soon. And I think they just sold me on a case. I was kind of like, I don't need the reissue shit. Bastards. So there you go, as quickie as I get. I was planning on doing something else this weekend, but this popped up. I thought it'd be more fun. I'll get to that other thing sometime next week. If that sounds cryptic, stay tuned. So if you like this quickie, comment, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the Fwoosh.